Rotarians and guests. My name is Dasun and I'm the MC for this evening's meeting. Before we officially start the meeting, we would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation and pay our respects to elders past, present, future, and extend the respect to all Indigenous Australian present today. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 46th evening meeting of this Rotary calendar. We are so pleased to have you all here this evening. It is 46th. 46th evening. Well, not the 46th meeting. Thank you. Tonight we have a very special guest speaker, Manon Beauchamp-Tardieu. You can thank your friend for that. I didn't want to butcher your name. She's the founder of LittleGreenPanda, co-founder of the LittleGreenPanda. Manon's topic of conversation will be the future of sustainable packaging. It's a very much timely subject. And she will be introduced to you fully later by Sana. In the meantime, please join me to welcome her to our Rotary meeting. As a reminder, today we have some visitors and visiting Rotarians joining us today, and we warmly welcome them to our evening meeting. Thank you for being here. Also, we want to remind you that the evening meetings are organized by a team of members, young, vibrant group of people who are here today. Sana, Yidan, and George. We plan our meetings every second Wednesday of the month in a hybrid format. And if you have any suggestions for speakers, please reach out to us and we'd like to hear from you. Before I hand over this meeting to our chair, we would like to, there are some notices we'd like to share, and I would like to have our president over here.
Thank you, everyone. It's very quiet. Very quiet. It's great to see Dasun here. Last time I saw Dasun, his eyes were glazed over. He'd had about an hour's sleep with his 2-month-old. Obviously, things are going much better with the sleep now, Dasun. But you've got a drink in your hand, so does certainly. It's not a coffee, no. That's, you know, last time I saw him, he had, but not only eyes glazed over, but he had a coffee in one hand, and I'm not sure what was in the other. So. Great, but welcome to you all to our evening meeting. It's our 46th meeting of the year, and I haven't kept count of our evening meetings, but we've had I guess we're in the 11th month of our Rotary year, so it's meeting 10 or 11. So it's great to have everyone here tonight. I've just got a few notices this evening. It's really to focus on what happened on Monday, which of course was our first King's birthday holiday for quite a while. And for our club, it was a very special day, and we've got an abundance of members and friends of our club who are actually honoured in this year's King's Birthday Honours list. So I'll just run through for you who is actually acknowledged. So we have now a new officer in the Order of Australia, which is an AO, and that's, of course, Lord Mayor Sally Capp, our honorary member for distinguished service to the people of Melbourne, to local government, to business, and to the community through various organisations. We have a new AM, which is a member in the Order of Australia, and that's Tony Greenwood for his significant service to the Anglican Church and governance and legal advisory organisations. And also another new AM, which is Dr. Peter Rogers for significant service to engineering, to education and to the community. With an OAM, is our past president, Phil Endersby, who I emailed just a couple of days ago, and he was on his way to a winery in Bordeaux. So very much, he knew we had a French speaker tonight, so he thought he'd do it in tribute to that. So he was awarded his OAM for service to the community through charitable organisations. And then others who are connected to our club, we have our District Governor, Amanda Wendt, her father, Kevin Wendt, who lives in Queensland. He was awarded an OAM for service to children through a range of roles. And awarded an AM is Jill Risley. Now, some of our members may remember Jill Risley because she was our, she sort of chaired our Environmental Day lunch, now chaired our panel on that day. She's also the daughter of Ian Risley, who is our newest honorary member of the club. And she was awarded an AM for significant service to the not-for-profit sector and to corporate sustainability. So congratulations to all of those people for their recognition and for their service. So and that's all the notices I have for this evening. So without further delay, you ready, Sana? That's great. So I hand over today's meeting to our chair of the day, Sana Malik, to introduce tonight's speaker. Thank you.
Good evening. I encourage you all to post questions just at the end of the topic discussion, and also for the people online, you can just pop it in the chat. So I'm very excited to introduce the founder and managing director of LittleGreenPanda, Manon Beauchamp-Tardieu. Manon, I remember you from the World Environment Day luncheon where you spoke last year, so it's wonderful to have you back at our club. So she's the founder of LittleGreenPanda, a climate tech startup transforming food waste into compostable coffee cups and cutlery. With a fashion design background and experience at Zara, Manon launched her side hustle, which quickly grew into something extraordinary. LittleGreenPanda offers sustainable alternatives to single-use takeaway products. So they have one-of-a-kind coffee cups and cutlery, which decomposes within 90 days, and it provides a rapid and eco-friendly solution. It started with reusable bamboo straws, and they quickly offered into home compostable coffee cutlery, which was made from upcycled coffee grounds collected from local cafes. Driven by a mission to reduce waste, LittleGreenPanda has gained popularity among venues and customers alike. Their commitment to sustainability beyond their products inspires positive change and a greener future. Manon Beauchamp-Tardieu, her passion for sustainability and innovative solutions made LittleGreenPanda a leader in climate tech. Through their transformative packaging, they're driving change and creating a more sustainable world. So with that, everybody, give a warm welcome to Manon.
Wow. Thank you, Sana. That was an incredible introduction. Very honored. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So honored to be here amongst you guys and to share our story, LittleGreenPanda. I mean, Sana did a really great introduction, but I'm happy to delve in. I'm actually not here by myself tonight. I'm with my business partner, Davin. He's also a co-founder of LittleGreenPanda. So without further ado, I'm going to take you on our mission to what we think is going to be the future of sustainable packaging. So there we go. So how we all started. Sorry about that. Okay, so how we all started originally in 2018 after graduating from university. Started this as a side hustle, not thinking it would ever become what it is today. We started on Amazon, as you can see, selling reusable bamboo straws. And this was at a time when these were not trendy at all, like reusable items were not a thing. And I guess we were at the right place at the right time because in 2019, there was a ban on plastic that happened worldwide in a viral video of that turtle with a straw up its nose that just took over. And I started a social media account back then, and that's when things really blew up. So I thought I was going to have a brand that's going to be B2C, selling to people like you and I, but it actually turned out that we were selling to B2B, and I had lots of cafes and venues reach out asking for our products. And that's when I thought, I knew, like, okay, we're onto something. There's a problem here to be solved. So in 2019, we launched a single-use option called the wheat straws, and we sold over 1 million units in those in 2019, which was incredible. And then we had more and more people ask us for other options. And that's when the pandemic started. And that really did affect our business because everything was shut overnight in the blink of an eye. But the silver lining of it all is that we were actually able to develop a technology from that. And that's when we introduced the sugarcane straws, which was and it is to date our most popular product. So coming out technically in 2021 is when we really started selling these, and that we secured national distribution Australia-wide, which was really huge. And shortly after that, we had sold around 20 million of them, which was crazy in such a short time. And after that, we actually launched the world's first coffee cutlery, because that was the product that was also banned in the legislation. And that, like the name suggests, is made from coffee grounds collected from cafes. And then shortly after that, we launched the Friendly Cup, which is a home compostable coffee cup designed to disappear. And we sold a 20-foot container in 24 hours, which goes to show that there's a demand there for sustainable products. So actually, why we exist. So the path to putting an end to single-use plastics is actually a long one, and that we think is a better solution. So we collect used pulp from making our straws and actually turn that into making packaging from leftover food waste. I don't know if that video will work. If you click on that, Joe, is there any chance that that would work or not? If it doesn't, that's okay. No? Oh, okay. Well, normally this video just shows that if you put in your home compost bin, it'll break down and the worms love to eat it. So yeah, so the next slide. The problem. Now, the reason why we exist is because in Australia, we are lacking the right facilities to be able to properly dispose of our packaging that we have nowadays. And that's because a lot of our packaging is made from a material called polylactic acid, which is called PLA. And that's what you find in a lot of your packaging these days. The problem is, in Australia, only 51 out of 537 Australian councils actually accept this packaging. So what you can imagine is that you and I, we're using these products, but we don't actually have the right bins to put it in. So it just winds up back into landfill. And that's the problem that we're solving with, in next slide, please. Oh, yes, you can, the next slide, possible. There we go, thank you. So the solution, what we've come up with is creating better packaging that's truly designed to disappear. They're strong, doesn't go soggy, they're biodegradable and PLA-free, home compostable in 90 days, and they're all made from food waste, upcycled materials. So as you can see on this picture here, this is the coffee cup that we have, and then 4 weeks after in your compost bin, it just naturally starts to break down. And that means that you can put it in any bin, your recycling bin, general bin, home compost bin, and there will be no trace afterwards, which is very cool. So what's so good about our packaging? Well, our technology fully biodegrades in 4 to 12 weeks, and it doesn't produce any microplastics, and you can also put it into PET recycling. So it really doesn't affect at all the facility where you dispose of it. As you can see in this picture here, these are our straws 1 week, and then 12 weeks in the compost bin. Literally becomes dust, which is very awesome. So as the bubble says, goodbye plastic, hello home compostable. Next slide, Joe, thank you. And yeah, that just sums up a little bit what I was just saying, how we collect coffee grounds from cafes, transform into cutlery, decomposes like a piece of fruit, and you can enjoy your cutlery or your product without harming the environment. So yeah, again, why the Friendly Cup? This gives you an option of like what there is currently on the market and how we fall into place. So again, just reiterating what I said about a lot of the cups that you use nowadays are only commercially compostable because they're actually lined inside with plastic, and ours have no plastic lining inside. Our market performance, so what we've achieved so far has been pretty outstanding actually. We're really proud to say that we've supplied over 2,000 cafes nationwide to some of the biggest accounts. I am still surprised that we get to supply, such as Crown Casino, Green Street, the Four Pillars, if anyone likes good gin. They have our straws. Oh, there you go. Well, you could also get our straws there. And in total, we've sold over 20 million units, and that's just for the straws. amidst a global pandemic and a recession, and we're really excited of what the future holds, and I'm really appreciative of your time. So thank you for listening to me, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Of course.
What's the biggest challenge since COVID?
Ooh. The biggest challenge, I think we're at a period where we're really struggling with growth. Actually, we have so much demand that we actually can't keep up. Some would say it's a good problem to have, but as a founder, it's a very stressful time to have because you don't want to disappoint your customers. You always have to have supply, and that's the problem that we're facing right now. So I guess a good thing, but also a bad thing.
So do you have like a factory where it's produced?
Yes. So these are actually produced in Taiwan, actually, just because the innovation over there is much more developed. But we're hoping, if all goes to plan, in the next 18 months to be able to bring this into Australia.
Where would you put that up? Near the raw material for sugarcane?
Yeah, Queensland would be perfect. However, Melbourne would be the state for the coffee cutlery because it's just so much coffee. Yes.
Thank you. From takeaway coffee,
Yes.
is there a way of accessing your product tape to and ask them to put that in rather than put the plastic
Yes.
takeaways? How can we access?
So that is actually a really great question. Thanks for asking that. We want to make it more accessible for people like you and I to be able to use them. And so we're actually hoping to be able to get into supermarkets so that then you can buy it for, you know, if you're having a party or a picnic, or if you want to bring it yourself, you can, but also for brand awareness, because it's you guys that actually get to vote with your wallets on what you want to see out there. So the more people know about this and you say, hey, do you know that there's actually a better cup out there? Like, you need to use these guys. Then the word spreads, and word of mouth is such a powerful tool.
One of the big problems is quite a few of the councils won't accept most of the copies.
That's it. Well, with these ones, you can put it in any bin.
Yeah, how does the cost of your product compare to traditional cups and straws and cutlery?
I like that one a lot. So for the cups, we're able to price match what is currently on the market now. So it's really a no-brainer to make the switch. However, for the straws and the coffee cutlery, which you've held, as you can see, they're very unique. Like, it's very different to anything out there. So right now they're at a bit of a premium price point, but we're really hoping that with economy of scale, we can bring the price down and make it more accessible for everyone. So to give you an idea, a cup is 10 cents and a straw is between 6 to 8 cents. To give you an idea, paper is currently 4 to 5. So we're maybe 2 cents more than a paper, but your customer gets a better drinking experience. So, you know, 2 cents more, do you take the deal?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I use those stainless steel straws in my smoothies. What do you have to say about that as a, I guess, an item that you'll introduce one day, or how do you feel about that in your business model?
I think they're good. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh no, don't use them. Like, they are good specifically because you're reusing them. But I think before COVID, everyone was bringing like their keep cups or reusable items. Like, everyone started to make it into their habits, which was really great. And then COVID came and people were like, no, we need a single-use option. We can't really take the risk for hygiene-wise. And I guess that's where we come in. We're offering a single-use option.
If we do have the reusable bin, if that's like, yes, in reusable bin,
Yes, true.
do you pay for your materials from the? I mean, they waste materials.
Yeah, we buy it off the farmers. Yeah. So it actually gives them a second source of income, which normally a lot of the times cafes actually have to pay to get their coffee grounds collected. And it's actually a lot, like I think it's like $2,000 or $3,000 to do that. And now we're actually here like, can we please buy your raw material? Like, we're coming to you, and they're so happy. So it's actually a win-win situation.
Apologies if I missed you saying like the lids.
Yes.
Are they plastic or
Ooh. Actually, well, I think in the box, you guys will be the first to see. In the box, there should be a prototype of our lid. This is made from coffee grounds. Great question. So this is actually made from coffee. It's a prototype. You guys are actually the very first to actually see this. And it is completely home compostable in 4 weeks. It becomes chalk after a while, literally powder. The problem that we're facing right now is the cost. It is rather expensive, but we're hoping again with economy of scale. We just need one big account to take a chance on us, and then we can make mass produce them. Oh, yeah.
I'm interested in how the technology was developed and
Yeah.
where the intellectual property sits
Mhm.
within the organisation.
So I'm going to say I don't have any scientific background on me. I wish I did. We're more sales marketing. So funny story, how we met was actually at a networking event. We stumbled upon these young scientists actually, and they actually developed, they were like really nerdy. So like, you know, like those cartoon guys with like the puffy hair and the white jacket, like that was exactly that. And they were like, did not see the sunlight. I don't know when they ever come up with the lab, but they were like showing me what they developed. And I was like, this is amazing. We need to bring this out to the world. And we sort of like really matched really well because we're really good at sales and marketing. They're good at what they're doing. So they actually have, like, that's their technology. So we've done a joint venture together.
I'll just show everyone, for the people playing at
Oh,
home,
yes.
some of the amazing products we've got here. If you want
Please
to.
do, yes.
Yeah. So, I've got a coffee.
So this is a friendly cup, coffee cup made from plant puree. And then these are the sugarcane straws. So they never go soggy actually, which is a very good thing.
We love that because we want to enjoy our boost juices slowly.
Yes.
Yes.
If anyone has contacts in Boost Juice, please let me know. I've been trying to get with them.
Yeah.
And then these are our famous coffee cutlery, made from coffee grounds, believe it or not.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I faithfully sent my Nespresso capsules back for their recycling. Have you had any buy-in from Nespresso?
Not yet, but I would love to if the opportunity came across.
I should put it in.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Months ago, you had some alerts for Trump legislation.
Yes.
Been able to capitalize?
Still working on it. We're trying to educate people to show that our technology is actually not, because it's not what's on the market nowadays because it's new. So we're trying to get all the certifications, proving them. So we're waiting to hear back. We're staying hopeful.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Where are you getting your certifications from? Like you use
Well, we use the international one, like DINSERTO and all that. But Australia actually doesn't recognize international certifications. They only recognize Australian ones. So the ABBA, Australian Bioplastic Association. So we're getting them. So we have those ones. We're just getting them translated now. Yes.
So I like a really big cup of coffee. How difficult is it to change the size of the cup?
Oh, we can do any size you want. There's no problem at all.
Any more questions?
That was plenty. Oh yeah.
Just lastly, so where your sales are purely in Australia or what?
Yes.
Where else?
Right now, purely Australia, especially because during COVID, like it was too expensive to ship overseas. And these are very cheap products, so it's very expensive. However, we are hopefully hoping to be able to launch in New Zealand soon. And the rest of the world as we get there. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I've been doing this for a while now, and I think this is the most number of follow-up questions we had after any speech. So yeah, it's truly remarkable what you girls have achieved, Manon. yeah, best of luck. Future is bright. So well done. Do you like socks? Do you like socks? Yeah. Yeah, winter, like if you're catching trams, I'm sure it'll be very helpful. So we have our,
Bamboo.
well, I don't know about bamboo sock, but they're 200% Australian made.
Now,
Yeah, that's right. You can't blame that. So, yeah, look, we have our centenary socks made by our Rotarian Phil Industries, Wilderness Wear. So thank you very much. We come to the end of our evening meetings. We would like to thank our evening team members, Sap, Stefan, George, Sana, Yidan, and myself. Somebody missed my name. My name's not there. Sure. A reminder that our monthly evening meetings will be held second Wednesday of each month, and the next meeting will be held on the 12th of July, Wednesday at Lyceum Club. Next week's club meeting will be held at Sofitel number 35 for annual Vice President's reporting lunch. And it'll be a great opportunity to have you all so we can have a great lunch. I would like to thank everybody for making it this evening. And again, thank you very much for Manon for a wonderful speech. And good night, everybody, and stay safe.